on the Google Play Store and the Apple iOS Store, where you can download and watch us anywhere. GOTV will be channel 16, and if you're doing it on terrestrial, that will be the ultra high frequency 49.
UHF channel 49 is, you know, a lot of people watching us from there.
Oh, definitely.
The free-to-air TV is still so popular, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Now to what we have on the show. Of course, it was an exciting weekend of football across the top leagues. So make sure you join us for the beautiful game breakdown of how it all went down.
Trying to get away. He's cut inside. Saka! Sublime finish. He's back with a bang. His 50th Premier League goal. Bukayo Saka, 1-0. Unbelievable skill.
Okay, we've got a performance for you. Zeno Riches will be here. Afrobeat artist and songwriter Odibo Promise.
And then we'll have some motivation for you. Oluwatobi Ali is a powerhouse in business and personal transformation. He's an international award-winning capacity development trainer and revolutionary speaker. He has been talking to us over the past few weeks about business and whether business is considered war. Today we're talking about opportunity in chaos, how to spot business gold in uncertain times.
And we've got Efe Naomi Bominuru of Anesi Lifestyle for SME this morning.
All right.
Yeah.
Final Monday of the month.
Oh, yes, it is.
28th of
28th
October.
of
Already, sharp, sharp.
Oh, wow.
And guess what? The kids are on midterm break already.
Midterm break. Okay, this whole week and all of that. So I think a friend was complaining that in Ogun State, they gave them 2 days, while in Lagos here it's 1 week. They was complaining and all of that. So I know later on WhatsApp and about we have a discussion, something on bordering on school and all of that. But the years basically October, just have 2 more months to wrap up 2024. And
most people are wrapping up their budgets.
Oh.
So any of those clients you've been chasing for the past few months, just know that if you don't lock it in now, it might not happen this year, you know, tentatively for some companies.
That's some business tip there.
Hello and good morning. It's time for a news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Onyison. Thanks for joining us. The Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions are set to commence an indefinite strike starting today. In a statement jointly signed by the National President of SANU and the General Secretary of NASU, the latest development is in respect of the withheld 4-month salaries and the implementation of the 2022 Memorandum of Understanding signed with the federal government. The unions say they have exercised enough patience without a desired result. The statement ordered all members to hold joint congresses and embark on an indefinite strike from today. Now let's turn our attention to updates on Thursday's aircraft crash in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. The Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau has announced the recovery of another body from the Sikorsky S-76 helicopter. This brings the total number of bodies recovered to 4. According to the NSIB, the latest recovery took place at exactly 4 p.m. when a floating body was retrieved by a fast rescue craft and escorted by the Cameroonian Navy for safe passage through their territorial waters. Director of Public Affairs and Family Assistance at the NSIB, Mrs. Bimbo Oladeji, confirmed that at 6:44 p.m., field operatives identified the victim based on a T-shirt matching the description provided by relatives. The NSIB emphasized its collaboration with the Joint Search, Rescue and Recovery Team alongside various agencies to ensure a thorough recovery process. On the foreign scene, Israeli protesters have interrupted Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's speech during a memorial to remember the victims of the 7th of October attack. Prime Minister Netanyahu stood at a podium during the ceremony as audience members in the crowd shouted, interrupting him for more than a minute. Pressure has been mounting on the Prime Minister to do more to strike a deal for securing the release of captives still held in Gaza. Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi yesterday proposed an initial 2-day ceasefire in Gaza to exercise, or rather to exchange, 4 Israeli captives for some Palestinian prisoners. And now for some sports updates. The biggest fixture in the English Premier League between Arsenal and Liverpool lived up to its pre-match hype as both sides gave fans a show with 4 goals in 90 minutes. Bukayo Saka gave Arsenal an early lead before Liverpool defender Virgil van Dijk equalised for the visitors. The Gunners' lead was restored shortly before half break, when midfielder Mikel Merino scored from a set piece. Liverpool resumed the match searching for an equaliser and got one when Mohamed Salah hit the back of the net late in the game to leave the scoreline at 2-2 at full time.
It's an equaliser, and Van Dijk turns away, and Liverpool are level. Delivery. It's another great delivery, and it's headed
in other matches, Chelsea edged Newcastle United 2-1. Crystal Palace shocked Tottenham 1-0, while Manchester United's poor form continued with a 2-1 loss at West Ham. Rivers United maintained their unbeaten run and led in the Nigeria Premier Football League after coming from behind to force visiting El Kanemi Warriors to a 1-1 draw in Port Harcourt. In other centres, second-placed Remo Stars succumbed to a 1-0 loss at Heartland. Nasarawa United edged Kano Pillars 1-0 in their Northern Derby, while Shooting Stars survived a late fight back from Aqua United to 2-1. And elsewhere, Plateau United bashed Sunshine Stars 3-0, while Eyimba beat newly promoted Ikorodu City 2-1. And that's all we have for news and sports for this hour right here on Wake Up Nigeria, but there is still a lot more. Stay with us.
Morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. I'm Adedoja Salam Adeniyi. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Light filters in the Max Breakfast kickstart your day from the bedside.
We bring you the morning vibe and plenty of ginger to start your day right.
Join us on the Max Breakfast as we help you sing your day one step at a time. On Max Hits, we've got the ultimate playlist for you. We give you back to back.
And all the biggest news from the world of entertainment. Only on Max Hits.
Area! Waiting the apple, waiting the shop. You need to award winning waiting the 102.3 Max FM.
Lagos, Nigeria, you're welcome to the Max Drive.
Whether you're there for inside motor, you're there for inside traffic, we're there for you with a Max.
Late nights on Max FM is where we help you connect the dots and put you in that place where you are ready to do it right.
We are dishing out the top hits of the week.
Morning.
Hey.
Yeah, very welcome.
Thank you. I was trying to get myself ready because my hair looks like it's about to take me to places.
It's an interesting new look, though, for you, Mary.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I'll be back to my curls next time.
Just before we talk about what we wanted to talk, I just saw something now,
okay.
And it just, it really...
Talk that your heart
made me feel bad. You heard about that helicopter crash in Port Harcourt. It is now said that that helicopter was decommissioned and scrapped in 2018.
Oh, 6 years ago.
So I just wanted to, it's just about how the failure of the system that is Nigeria, how a helicopter that was scrapped in Canada, found its way here and was still functioning. It only means scrapped that it was declared fit for use. Okay, just sad. But yeah, that happens.
Talking about dysfunctional things that are happening around here, I know these are things that happen all over the world, but this particular one happened in Nigeria and had to do with, in fact, it's two sides to a story we were talking about this morning, because on the one hand, there's the lawyer who was found hitting his HR wife and hurling abusive insults at her. And it was all caught on CCTV, which, of course, somehow managed to get online and went viral. That's on the one hand. And on the other hand, just imagine that woman leaving her marriage because of, abuse. And so she and her husband divorced, and her children want to get into a particular school that all their friends are in, and they are told, oh, you cannot gain admission into this school because we don't admit children of divorced parents. So let's even start from the first one. Like, the issue of abuse is something that is unfortunately still prevalent. Domestic abuse is prevalent. And the truth is, it's not about women being beaten alone. Even men suffer domestic abuse from their spouses. So it's a two-way street regarding that. I wonder what your thoughts is regarding the fact that a lawyer could treat his wife like that simply because she confronted him for cheating with a colleague of his. And it's so bad that even the man's company, everything was put there. Like, it's obvious somebody is out for his job as well.
There were just a lot of questions as to how that video was posted, because it was posted with full names,
of both of them.
Of both of them. So it did feel a little targeted and a little intentional. Because, there are a lot of bloggers who post videos like that, but they leave names omitted.
Yeah.
But so it was obviously confirmed who they were. Then also, I was really concerned about the children being in the vicinity.
The daughters were there, two
children in the vicinity.
Witnessing it.
Yeah, for me, since you have something on tape, this is something for the DSVRT to come in. I mean, for me, it's not even a long talk. We know how we should eschew violence, domestic and otherwise. And in this particular scenario, since you have something on tape, it should be investigated. And, well, like you said, I think the major issue, having kids there.
Kids, yes. Those kids witnessing that, there are some things that register in children's memories that can never be erased. And sadly, you don't want children growing up to expect, it to be normal for things like that to happen. I mentioned before we came back from a break, a particular man I know that because he had witnessed his father, who was a soldier, beat his mom so many times, he didn't think it was wrong. He thought it was a way of disciplining.
Of keeping the woman in check.
Yes. And he actually used his mouth to say it, that he just needed to discipline his wife.
And his wife agreed.
So now the issue is...
she was stuck. Is it before?
She was stuck. She didn't have anything... At that time, she didn't have anything doing. But at that point, when she heard that from him, she started putting things together to make herself a bit more independent, got a better job, and so on and so forth. And before she knew it, she was so independent that he didn't feel he could control her anymore, and decided to leave the country without her.
Which is a blessing.
Well, for some people, they would call it a blessing, but for some people, they would say he abandoned his family. But whenever he was asked when he was coming home, he would say, so that you could control me, Abby. That's what he would actually tell her on the phone.
Simply because she decided to
become independent.
So
there are so many different sides to this. The way families are being nurtured, raised now is important. What the children see is very important. Those kids didn't need to be in that room. I'm not saying that anything in that room was right, but them seeing even the argument and the bad words that he was throwing at his wife. Children shouldn't have to see that. That was my main bone of contention there. There was also the issue of the woman already edging away.
Yeah, some men don't like you walking away. They're
no,
mad at you.
Before the first blow, it was as if she expected it. She had already started edging.
The way she
kept pulling back. So it feels like something that has been a more regular occurrence in that home, sadly.
Well, the reality is many homes are filled with, such forms of abuse. Sometimes it happens every now and then. Sometimes for some people it's regular. However, many people look at it like, okay, I want to make my marriage work. I'm going to stay. The man is saying, oh, I don't want to be embarrassed. My friend saying, oh, no, be your wife, they beat you. So he keeps, taking it in, refusing to talk about it, refusing to seek help. Sometimes what the couple might just need is even counseling, both of them, to let them know that, okay, what you're doing is wrong. Okay, this is how you should do it. These are better ways to handle issues. Because some people don't know any better, just like the soldier's son you mentioned. They don't know any better.
Mary, in my opinion, a leper doesn't change his spots. If he's shown any sign, even if it was in their relationship, that he could even do that or throw something, it's a sign to start finding your way out of that relationship. That's just my opinion. Because a leopard does not change his spots. Fine, he might calm down, but the only thing that can change someone like that is God.
No, it's not. It's even besides God, himself. People have to change themselves. But, Mike, I wonder, what's your take on this?
That's it. Domestic violence, I don't want to go, there's nothing to say on and on about it. It's wrong. DSVRT should get into it. There are numbers available if you are experiencing domestic violence anywhere and all of that. Sometimes it's hard to prove because maybe you have to look to be beat and have evidence. But please, whenever you can, report it. And then it gets to a point where other people even have a responsibility. In some countries, if you know that your neighbor is even beating the wife or the husband, you can report and even get people involved in all of that. If it doesn't even have to be you, somebody else, do that.
So in terms of the school saying they don't admit children of divorced...
Yeah, that's the one.
I don't know. I'm a little concerned about that. Is it from a religious standpoint or what?
So first of all, we don't know so much about it. We don't know how true it is. If somebody put it up on social media and some people concord and said, and then a lot of people have not. So we've not investigated to be sure exactly if that is the case. But we know that people have different funny rules in the country. We have landlords who say they don't want single women. We have people who say, oh, they don't want single mothers. We've heard people who say, oh, they want a working class kind of people. Those subtle forms of discrimination that you see in different strata in society. And so it is not out of the realm of possibility that this can happen in school. And yes, there's that talk of, okay, it's your school, your rules or whatever, but you have to understand that education, go and look at the biggest budgets around the world. Education is the bedrock of society. It is the building block for tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And you cannot, in this case, in quote, deprive, which is in some ways a punishment, a child based on the decisions or maybe the circumstantial situation of the parents. I think it is a lot I could say about it, but I think think about it. You go to school is somewhere that you have supplementary training for a child. Do you understand? So sometimes there's some things that you cannot get at home.
That you
get at school. You understand? So even if I should even say priority should even be given to kids
like that
from that you think
are going through
those kind of situations. Priority should be given to them. Those are even the ones that should be modeled more, nurtured more into what you want to do. So if it's, I don't know how authentic the information is, but we know that funny things happen in this place.
So I believe that there'll be reasons for such decisions. However ridiculous it might seem, there might be reasons. If you've had to deal with divorces, you'd probably understand why. There's the issue of how the child is being raised, in the sense that there's probably too much chaos. And the child might have a lot of emotional issues going on that might now be projected on other children through bullying and other such forms. There's also the issue of the tuition, where Party A will say, no, it's Party B to pay. Party B will say, get out of my face. Why are you people calling me? Call Party A. You know, all of that. So maybe the school doesn't want that drama. However, just as Mike said, there are places that are supposed to be a place of succor to a child. For children in such situations, school is that place. Not every child that comes out from such situations end up as bully or, you know, as some kind of negative influence. most of them end up being great members of society. And in many cases, even though the society tries to project children of single parents as being the bane of the society, in many cases, children of single parents even turn out better than those that grew up with both parents. One, because they don't get to see the negative sides of both their parents. Nobody is hurling insults at the other. Nobody is beating the other person because they are not even together. If they even insult each other on phone, it's just maybe once in a while over things like bills and stuff, and everybody moves on. So I believe school is supposed to be a place of comfort, a place where the children can even seek refuge away from whatever drama is happening in their home.
I would have appreciated any body or organization to go and investigate that school a little bit further and also figure out what sort of policies the Ministry of Education have in place for schools like that.
Absolutely.
Because in the end, it's all about the child. It's not really about the institution, because they're treating the institution as a business, right? They're not treating it as a place for children to learn and grow at that point. Yeah, so obviously, being a private school, yes, it is a business, but it is the child first. The child comes first. And a divorce home is already destabilizing for a child, talk less of this child now having to lose their footing in the only place that might still bring them comfort, which is school. So, yes, obviously we don't have that much information about what the details are, but hopefully someone can go and investigate that school and put their foot down on this matter.
I understand their reasons. However, it's really, it's very unkind. It's very insensitive. But I understand their reasons, though.
I believe it's time for you to give us your thoughts on this particular issue. Please use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC if you're posting. And of course, you can tag us #WakeUpNigeria TVC.
The time has come to experience the power of faith, music, and praise. This is the Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m., tune in to catch the pulse-pounding beats and soul-stirring melodies that will elevate your faith and leave a lasting impact on your heart. The Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m. exclusively on Max FM, where we count down the best 20 urban gospel hits from around the world. Get your praise on.
Entertainment is an opportunity to share. Entertainment is an opportunity to create conversation. As an actor, I have the opportunity to portray different kinds of people, and these different kinds of people represent different people in different ways, represent a part of us in different ways, and it just helps us see the world in a different light. It gives joy, it gives happiness, it gives sadness sometimes, because sometimes we have to look at the realities of the world, and I think entertainment just shows the world as it is.
It's downright time to speak with the Gen Z perspective.
Hey, Chico, Melissa, they were like, this is Sharma, this is Sharma.
Saying it not the way they want it.
Outrightly, I don't think I would budget more than 25K for a first date.
The Generation Z are ranting.
I'm serious, I was 2 minutes after the
Minus 1 year, please.
Don't show me. I don't want to see.
That's why they'll keep saying. Gen Z, express yourself.
How long will it take for you to kiss then, even if it's not sexual?
The conversation just got Gen Z'd.
Welcome back. It's time for us to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the newspapers this morning. Mike and I will do our best to do this justice.
Yep.
Thanks for joining me, Mike.
All right.
We have the Punch newspaper here with us this morning. Today is Monday, October 28th, 2024. Again, varsities face lockdown as workers begin strike today. Non-teaching staff shut varsities, offices, gates. Ministry mum as minister quits Wednesday. Beside the masthead, it says LP-ADC governorship candidates woo voters with free education and others. Page 13 has more on that. State won't tamper with local government funds, Aye Datiwa tells voters. That's on the governorship, Ondo governorship poll. Federal government plans tax overhaul to access $750 million World Bank loan. Army begins enlisting ex-soldiers to bridge manpower shortfall. EFCC to track funds as local government autonomy begins November. And NSCDC arrests illegal Chinese miners in Nasarawa. Helicopter crash. Family demands body of missing NMPCL worker. And Lagos probes engineer's death at construction site. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch. Any story jump out at you there, Mike? We did talk a little bit about the universities strike.
Which of the workers are these? I've not really delved into the story, but which of the workers here are we
so it
talking
says
about?
here non-teaching staff.
Non-teaching staff and all of that.
So they're the ones that keep the the wheels turning.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're the ones that make sure all the administrative activities are smooth.
That should be NASU, non-academic staff.
Yes.
That's NASU, and at different times, I remember then if NASU were to go on strike, we would have issues with facilities, facility management, from the hostels being cleaned to the toilet, to the environment and all of that, the lecture halls and all of that. So that's of course under the exactly bursary and all of that.
Payments.
So everything, all of that is under the purview of NASU. They are vital. I know that for some time, schools found a way to trudge ahead without NASU, but it made life very uncomfortable for students and, like you said, for operations when it comes to universities. That's quite some while back. But we spoke about education during What's Up and About, and as a country, we need to do more when it comes to education. I know that the education ministry is one of the ministries that had one of the ministers reassigned and all of that. A number of people said a number of things. Remember, this was the same minister who put up an age of 18 years, which for me was very absurd. That was one of the most absurd rulings I've seen anyway when it comes to education. Education and defense, those are things that in major countries take a majority of the budget. Education, you're building for tomorrow. So we really, really should put in more. We really should put more emphasis into education and how a newspaper clip, a cutout clip I'd seen from the 80s, was still talking about ASU and NASU strikes back then. Even when things were much better than now, these things have plagued education. That means that we have not given it as much emphasis as we should. We should do better when it comes to education.
Let's see what we have on the cover of the Guardian newspaper at this point in time. RMAFC faults high cost of governance, seeks better prudence. NIWA to phase out wooden boats on inland motorways, MD assures. It also says here, search enters day 4 as NSIB recovers 4th helicopter crash victim. Let's see what else we have here. Nigerians.
That was the helicopter we're talking about.
Yes,
and
I was.
There's one thing that really hurts me whenever it has to do with casualties and things like this. Preventable accidents, preventable deaths. 2018, 6 years ago, in a working economy, this was deregistered, this was scrapped. It is a lifespan. And then but somebody wants to find a cheaper way to do business rather than getting a newer or a more reliable or dependable craft. You go for something that was deregistered and scrapped by someone. And there are a lot like this in different other sectors. This doesn't have to do, this has to do, you know, it's all across us. As a people, we're really broken. How does one do that? How does one do that? And this, the copter had about 3 registration numbers going through different people, changing ownership at different times, and then was scrapped 6 years ago. This should be ringing alarm bells. On a normal day, we should declare a state of emergency. Aero accidents are not something that, you know, should regularly happen. Whenever it happens, there are landmark events. There is a cause for some sort of decisive action that should happen.
We have, in fact, our hearts go out to the families that were affected by that crash. Indeed, it was very, very sad. It also says here on the cover of The Guardian, Dangote backed CNG drive invests over $280 million in trucks infrastructure. I was actually going to touch on that because, you know, I saw when I was leaving the office on Friday, some buses, yellow CNG fuel buses that are of the same size as the BRT. And, you know, I was trying to think about how long this process is going to take to actually make an impact or pull people away from using petrol.
How are you pulling people away? Where is the world going to? What other country in the world uses CNG as a major source of, you know, when it comes to fueling for transportation? What I know is that people are moving forward, and you're talking about electric vehicles. I know that there's a lot that we're trying to do to try to cut back, but CNG, is that moving forward?
When you think about the electricity aspect of things here in Nigeria, which one would be more reliable?
Why don't we talk about sorting out our electrical? I mean, we've seen past presidents who spent billions, tens of billions of dollars trying to fix electricity. Why don't we fix it? Why do we have to? You know, I'm just saying, and you even have some countries. Look at Scandinavia, the Scandinavian region. There are countries that even have roads that charge the cars. That means that you get to a point where if you are living in a particular area, you don't even need a car charger.
Yeah.
Think about how far that is going. Because, now why I mentioned this is the risk involved with CNG. We've had cases of explosions. Now, there is a factory standard when it comes to manufacturing of the casing for the CNG. It is said it should be bulletproof. That is not going to be cheap.
Definitely.
I don't know how many of these CNG cylinders are bulletproof. You know the difference between a bulletproof vehicle and a normal vehicle, what it adds to the cost.
Sure.
Do you understand? So how many of these CNG vehicles, or how many of these cylinders are actually standard, bulletproof, in such a way, how many of them can withstand volatility? You understand? Volatility of, you know how gas can be. So a number of questions need to be asked. And you know that we always find a way to, we always find a way to cut, we always find a way to make things cheaper. So people will normally go for a cheaper material.
So in the end, we can't really say what caused these explosions. To be honest,
we can't.
We can't
say because I mean,
Mike,
things happen. You investigate. You can't say you.
What I'm saying is,
can't.
Yes, you've talked about how safe it is, but I'm thinking about if the fact that these vehicles were actually constructed for using CNG, not even converted, it might be another conversation. Maybe
if you're going to do it in such a way, manufacturers. If the government is involved and says that every CNG car is going to come from the government, maybe a government specified manufacturer, or the government is going to be directly involved in it, so that the public sector does not get involved. That's where people want to make money. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Sure.
The point is that how safe are these? We've heard of these explosions. If we're going to do it, and do it well, then it should be really monitored. It should be regulated as an industry, as it were.
it's a conversation that we need to continue maybe some other time, though, but we still have the Daily Trust newspaper here with us. It says here, hardship bites hard as North enters 8th day without electricity, services grounded in hospitals and labs, residents, frozen food dealers count losses, and vandals on the prowl destroying transformers. Efforts to restore power ongoing, according to TCN. It says here, low sales at petrol stations as citizens abandon vehicles, fuel price up by 600% in 2 years, and increased energy cost threat to economic growth, according to experts. So this is sort of still follows up on the conversation we've already begun. Apparently, there was about a 64%, correct me if I'm wrong, drop in the number of vehicles visiting petrol stations over the
We've heard 64, we've heard 90. The point is when it comes to data, statistics, and accountability here, we are doing very terrible at it, so we don't know the exact amount. But we know there's a drop. Someone was talking about how even from here to the island, normally by a particular time you'd expect traffic.
There's no
but
traffic.
Now it's freer. Yes. People would even drop their cars. People, I mean, before you go out, it has to be pertinent. It has to be urgent before you enter, say, one drive car, come out. Because think about it now. People are filling tanks for a V8 engine. People are filling tanks now with over 100,000.
A lot of people are dropping their V8 engines at
do you know
home
what it
and
means to
going
fill a tank with 100,000? And then, you know what it means? 70,000 is now becoming average. I mean, if you have your average sedan, which is 50 liters for the something, you're looking at over 55,000 naira to fill your tank from scratch, 55 to 60,000. Only that's the average.
Yeah.
But barely minimum. I don't know if that, of course, for maybe the smaller cars, you have tanks that are smaller than 50 liters. But that's the average, 55,000 to 60,000 naira to fill a tank. So, I mean, think about it. Somebody even mentioned that I can't believe it. You hold 5,000 naira and you might not get to the island and back to the mainland.
No, so putting in 5,000 naira worth of fuel probably doesn't even
not
move
even fuel. I'm talking about even public transportation.
Oh, public transportation, yeah. Very true, very true.
So,
but there are additional options now when it comes to transportation, since the red and blue rail
red and blue rail, exactly.
They're active now, so that might be an alternative.
Exactly. Let's manage that well.
Yeah.
Kudos to the government of Lagos State for putting that together. I'd seen it. I am looking forward to having a ride on one of them and probably documenting my experience.
Yeah. At this point, let's wrap it up on the headlines in the dailies. Your thoughts are, of course, so welcome. Use our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC and let us know. Let's take a quick break. There's still more on Wake Up Nigeria.
Hello, TVC Communications. How can I help?
What makes TVC the right choice for my business?
Excellent question, sir. Let me share some exciting facts with you.
Start your day on TVC Entertainment with Wake Up Nigeria, a family and lifestyle show. Your view empowers women globally.
It's your view, let it count.
Entertainment Splash delivers the hottest celebrity trends. On TVC News, we keep you informed with breaking news and in-depth analysis of events shaping the world.
I will continue to speak the truth.
TVC News at 7 and TVC News at 10 p.m. delivers the most important stories of the day. Max FM, your hit music radio station, captivates listeners daily across Lagos and Abuja, making every commute more enjoyable. Adaba 88.9 FM is not left out, as it is the voice of Southwest. And on TVC Digital, we reach to million viewers daily. All together, pulls in over 17 million viewers daily. Contact us on 0707 272 8338 or marketing at tvccommunications.tv. Partner with TVC Communications today. Let's grow together.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman.
All right, welcome back and thank you for staying with us. We have an SME discussion right now, and my guest is Hamidat Abdul Salam. She's the project manager of Juwon Electric. Juwon Electric is a solar installation company in Lagos that specializes in the sale and installation of solar inverter systems across Nigeria. It is great to have you, Hamidat. You are welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here.
You're welcome. Now, I know personally you had mentioned that you have a passion for renewable energy.
Yes.
How did you develop that passion? What do you mean by that passion for renewable energy?
Okay, so you see, in Nigeria, first of all, I'd like to say that what sets an entrepreneur apart from other people is the ability to spot a problem and profile a solution.
Nice.
So in Nigeria, we have problems with electricity. That is not deniable. I mean, people can argue that presently some areas have better electricity, but there is still like a lot of places that don't have access to electricity.
Definitely.
So when you now say, okay, but there are generators, these generators can be harmful. The fumes,
Yeah.
we have heard lots of stories of where fumes from the generators, you know, actually kill people.
Yes.
And then if we take away that, there is also the issue of not being able to focus from the noise that these generators generate, actually, because except you have like a very big house with a powerhouse that is located like some distance from the actual building, you find that it is actually hard for you to even sleep or focus on work. So that is why we're here today.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, how long have you been doing this, Juwon Electric? How long have you been into this solution when it comes to renewable energy for people?
Juwon Electric has been in existence for about 5 years now.
Wonderful. And how has the public acceptance been to, to renewable energy? Because, there's that talk of cost and expense, and people would love to do it, but they will say it's expensive. But now, even people now, when this recent Band A, something came up, people started putting in the pros and the cons, and then, but how is the public acceptance towards solar and all of that?
Yeah, so the solar installation market right now is actually gaining ground because we have a lot of people who are more interested in getting solar solutions, basically because, let's face it, electricity, like I mentioned, is pretty poor, and then we have situations where the national grid keeps collapsing every fortnight.
In fact.
So the only thing I would say is the only issue we actually face about like people embracing this is like how people are quick to go with the rumors. There are rumors about how solar panels or inverter systems catch fire or something, but that is actually false. The only thing is we are faced with a problem of a lot of unqualified installers.
Installation, all
yes,
right.
so when those people go and do, it's electrical stuff. So when those people go and do stuff that they're not supposed to,
you
then
can have issues. What sets Juwon Electric apart? What makes you unique?
Our secret sauce, you mean? What I would say is our integrity. Number one, our integrity. We never compromise. We never compromise on that. And I would say that a lot of thoughts goes into what we do. So like every step that we take is actually carefully thought about. And another thing is our after-sales service. Like from the point where our customers approach us to the point even after installing their systems, we never let them just be like that because, people, this solar thing is quite technical,
It is.
So we never just let them be. We never leave their hands. We have warranty that covers like a lot of issues that might arise.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's...
that's something that as a society, when it comes to after-sales maintenance, we have a problem when it comes to customer, customer management, and that's something that could really set you apart. But let's see, doing business in Nigeria, what sort of challenges have you been able to overcome with our business environment? It's not so easy for entrepreneurs in Nigeria.
It's not so easy, but I mean, like I said, another thing about Joy Electric is we are quick to pivot. So when we see that something is not working, we have like very fast and intelligent thinkers on our team. So we are able to like come up with better solutions to.
All right. So let's just talk about the business in itself. What sort of projects can you undertake, or do you undertake? What sort of what's the capacity that you do?
Okay, so basically we install systems for residential properties mostly, but we also actually install for companies and small to medium enterprises and stuff like that. Yes.
So what sort of systems? Solar systems, inverter systems,
solar
whatever.
inverter system.
And then there's this point when there's also this thing where people ask for systems but don't know what the systems, the capacity of the system.
Exactly.
So how does one? People talk about you have to talk to people. What do you want to? What load do you have that you want to carry and all that? You have to talk before you decide what kind of a system you need.
When we get inquiries, the first thing we ask is, what do you want to power? Like, what are the appliances you want to power, so that we can properly recommend a system. Although some people can be difficult where they just want to work strictly with their budget.
Okay,
but like
that's one.
Solar inverter systems don't work like that.
Okay.
It depends on what you want to power. So like we have people who have a budget that cannot actually get a solar inverter system that can power an AC, for instance, but like they are like, this is my budget and this is what I want to work with. But we make it a point to note that, see, we are going to help you enjoy your investment. We are not just going to allow you run, say, a very powerful appliance on a system that is not up to that capacity, because you're just going to lose out on your investment in a couple of years, which is not nice.
All right. Thank you so very much. It was a pleasure talking to you. People hit you up on social media. What's
Yes, so they can get us on social media. On Instagram, we are Juwon_electric, and on TikTok, it's just Juwon Electric.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. And here's wishing you the best.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's head over to Mary, who's in the kitchen. Mary, what's up with breakfast?
Thank you, Mike. It's time for us to make breakfast on Wake Up Nigeria this beautiful Monday morning. And you know who's making breakfast? It's Chef Ehoho. Yes, you heard me right. That's his name. How are you doing today, Chef Ehoho?
Fine, thank you. Good morning.
I'm very curious about your name. But before we talk about it, let's talk about what we're making for breakfast.
Okay, this morning we're making omebe, popularly known as signature black soup.
You might have signature, your signature.
I want to sign it.
Ah, okay. So he's going to autograph the soup. We'll see how he's going to pull that off. But hey, we're having omebe.
Za.
Yeah. We're having omebe. That's signature black soup for breakfast. Yeah. So that's what we're going to make this morning. So, Chef, let's talk about the ingredients. What are we making use of?
Okay, to make omebe, first and foremost, we have the banga.
Okay.
We know the banga is from the palm tree.
Yeah, those are the palm nuts.
Yeah, that's the palm nuts. Then we have our leaves, fresh vegetables. I love vegetables. Vegetables in my tables. I'm always comfortable when I have vegetables in my table.
All right. So what vegetables are these?
This is called ugu. It's called pumpkin leaf.
Okay.
Or in Eastern, they call it ebumehe.
Ebumehe. Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
See, I'm a saint. That's why I always like to use the scent leaf.
Okay.
So whenever you eat this food, you'll be scenting. That's the scent leaf.
Interesting. Interesting. So this is pepper, right?
Pepper, yes.
Okay. There's another type of vegetable.
No, it's just these two. I can bring many, but I just want to use these two.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So this.
Pepper. We have crayfish.
Okay.
We have pomo and meat.
Okay.
We have stockfish.
Okay.
We have pepper again, fresh pepper.
There's a lot of pepper going on here.
Definitely. You're going to blend this with this together.
You're blending the vegetable and the pepper together?
The pepper together. That's what makes it black. Then this one is just additional if you want to.
For extra spice. Okay.
But then it's the original ingredient for this soup.
Okay. Okay. And of course, salt, onions, locust beans, and seasoning cubes.
Yes,
okay, so I see you're already slicing the onions.
Yes,
the onions have to be really tiny like that.
Definitely has.
Are you blending the onions with the pepper as well?
With the pepper.
Okay, okay, okay. So run us through the process. How do you put this together?
So what I will just do now is just when I plug all this now, with the pepper and the onions, I'll blend them. Then I'll extract the palm oil from this.
Okay.
Then from there, I'll add it up. Then I'll start adding my spices.
Ah, okay. It seems like a very simple recipe. This palm nut, though, how are you going to get it ready?
I'll use my hand. Definitely,
Okay.
if I have a mortar, I could have used a mortar.
Okay.
Back in the village, we used to use mortar. But now
Okay.
I'm going to use my hand and do it.
Okay, so you're going to use your hands. How are you going to do that? You're going to squeeze it?
Squeeze it. Once
Okay.
it's boiled, I'm going to squeeze it, then I'll extract
The palm oil from it. Okay, okay. The pomo, I know it has to be boiled for a while.
Definitely, I'll do
So
all that.
how are you going to pull this off? We have less than 45 minutes to cook.
Okay, listen. My food is reaching out to you. So if you want to receive it, you can open your mouth and start licking your mouth. That's how you get my food. Za! Hey, za!
I'm all right. I'm all right.
My food is more spiritual than physical.
We know this. It's obviously very, very spiritual. Okay, so the vegetables, are you going to cut the scent leaf into it as usual when the soup is almost ready?
No, I'm not going to do that again. It's
Okay.
when you blend it now, everything will
Okay.
become black. It's the
Okay.
blending of it that will not turn
So
the soup
blending the
black.
scent leaf with the pumpkin leaf, that's the ugu, is what gives you the black.
That's what gives you the
Ah, okay.
I know it's medicinal too.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so we're going to try as much as possible to start putting this together. And then I was asking about your name, Ehuhu. How did you come about that?
Listen. Ehu atalo wayole Ehu means wind. And it's taken from the Bible, the book of John chapter 3 verse 8. It said the wind bloweth. You only hear the sound. You don't know where it's coming from. You don't know where it's going to. So is it that it's born of the Spirit. So Ehu is cooking. Ehu is born of the Spirit. And I'm cooking spiritual food. Za!
Wow. Okay. All right. I'm thinking to myself, it's a great way to start the week. All the energy. Za! We have to take a break. You're watching Wake Up Nigeria. We'll be back in a bit. Just stay with us.
Za!
Za!
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barkamu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of Your View are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
Entertainment is life. That bit of life that makes life bearable, that makes it fun. And I know that what I do contributes to that because I tell my staff that we are not just designers, we are actually selling joy and happiness. So when we're able to put a smile on somebody's face from the dress they wear, make someone very confident because of what they wear, we've done our job, and I'm sure that's entertainment.
Good morning, and I think the key word for this morning is
za.
Yes, we have an amazing show planned for you. And yeah, it is the most wonderful breakfast show you've ever watched. Wake Up Nigeria.
Za.
Mm-hmm.
So, I really like the chef here.
His energy is amazing.
More often because
Thank you, sir.
once we have him, I always have a performer. And that day, we could as well just take off the soup and keep the chef on the table. But it's great to have you.
I love to stay on the table.
Okay.
So, Mary, what's up? How is it?
So we are making omeba, right?
Omebe.
Omebe. Omebe. Yeah.
This is like the fourth time the chef is correcting you.
So we'll just stick to signature black soup, or maybe that's what we're having for breakfast.
Yes, indeed.
And I think it will be with swallow.
Yes,
Is it possible to eat this with rice?
Rice, can you eat it with rice? Can you eat it with yam?
Okay.
Then you can just, you can even eat it with gari. You can have gari, just put it inside.
Yeah.
It'll be okay. And when you have stomach pain, you can just drink the soup, lick the soup.
Wow.
Fine.
It cures stomach pain.
It cures stomach
That's amazing, though. That's really medicinal. No wonder you're insisting on the
It
medicinal
also
properties.
prevent infection for women.
Wow,
Interesting.
You know what?
No wonder he said it's spiritual.
Let's tell everyone what we're going to be doing for the rest of the show. There's still quite a bit coming your way. Today is Monday. Of course, we're going to be giving you a look at what's been happening when it comes to the world of football, the top leagues. Join us for the beautiful game.
Sublime finish. He's back with a bang. His 50th Premier League goal. Bukayo Saka 1-0. Unbelievable skill from Saka. The way he chops.
And of course, one of the best ways to start the week is some amazing music. Joining us for a musical performance is Afrobeats artist, songwriter Odibo Promise, known as Zeno Riches. Now, Oluwatobi Ali is a powerhouse in business and personal transformation. He's an international award-winning capacity development trainer and revolutionary speaker. Today, we're going to be continuing with our series when it comes to business, and we're going to be talking about opportunity in chaos, how to spot business gold in uncertain times. We have Efe Naomi Bominuru of Anesi Lifestyle, creators of scented candles and reed diffusers. Now, their products are manufactured in Lagos, Nigeria, with international quality and a lot of creativity. We're going to be asking them about how they operate their business and what else they're working on.
Chefs every day.
Yeah.
And so there's so many of them. This is definitely a chef people will not forget.
I'm a superstar chef. I'm a celebrity chef, so I'm different from all of that chefs.
Yes, Aha. That's the way to go.
All right.
The beautiful game is coming right up after this.
Stay with us.
In 21 Premier League games.
All right, that was for Chelsea up against Newcastle at the Stamford Bridge. It was a 2-1 win for Chelsea, and of course, Cole Palmer was the star of the day. There's been a lot of plaudits and accolades coming Cole Palmer's way on that performance. He scored a goal that was disallowed via VAR, and then he gave a second assist. That's talking about that long ball. You probably see it, which Paulo Neto, of course, Pablo Neto, gave the assist for Nicholas Jackson, and then he scored the second goal. So there's just been talk. Cole Palmer. Is it back to Cole Palmer FC? But Chelsea have been doing quite well. Enzo Maresca doing quite well. They are up to 5th spot now. They were Floby set mic for podcast for Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson has really stepped up. The young man has been in with the goals, and Chelsea do not necessarily have an issue when it comes to a striker. I know, of course, Mikel Obi was pushing for Chelsea to sign Victor Osimhen as much as possible. Chelsea tried to, according to reports, and were unable to complete the deal. But then Nicholas Jackson, of course, is bringing in the goods, carrying Chelsea, of course, with Cole Palmer. So kudos, good times for Chelsea fans who will probably be able to crack a smile across their face. Now, but for the EPL, the biggest match, of course, had to do with 2nd and 3rd place, where Arsenal were up against Liverpool, and this was a cracker in some ways at the Emirates Stadium. And, of course, Bukayo Saka, coming back, was able to score this wonderful stunner. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
Bukayo Saka, 1-0. Unbelievable skill from Saka. The way he chops.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Nunes, Salah, and Diaz. Diaz, of course, had to be taken off in about the 60th minute for Cody Gakpo. He wasn't as efficient as one would have expected in that particular game, but they were able to withstand the firepower that Liverpool brought to the table, and were able to, and settle for that 2-2 draw. There were quite a number of other matches, of course, in the EPL this weekend. Manchester United were up against West Ham, and it was quite a sad match. In the first half, Manchester United alone could have scored maybe 2-3 goals, but we were unable to do so. And then it got into where West Ham had to now pick all 3 points. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that game.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jam results. So
My 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
Okay, that's all we can take.
I choose to stay.
Close the show, G Fadala.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 1 unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number 1 on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back?
You should start the gym though, you're getting fat.
Cricket.
She says she does show dancing to empower women.
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying.
So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
It's the empowerment for me.
Sex can make your relationship better.
No.
Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too.
Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the better? You scissors. What is his name?
That woman.
Bam! Bam!
Yeah, today we'll go here.
Hey.
Let's catch up now.
I'm sure we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah?
Yeah, that's talking about Julia Lopetegui. Julia Lopetegui had lost 4 matches straight just before this particular match. Manchester United were expected to pick it. They did play well, but hey, come on, that's a tale of a tape when it comes to Manchester United. Of course, there was just one other match where Crystal Palace defeated Tottenham 1-0, and that was, of course, Sunday matches. But I cannot end without, of course, giving a big shout out to Barcelona, who defeated, thrashed, decimated Real Madrid in the El Clasico 4-0. When Vinicius Jr. is speaking his Ballon d'Or later, that will quite be something. All right, okay. They've done a beautiful game. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. We'll be back in a bit.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. No cubes. That's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic. And enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jam results. So
My 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
Okay, that's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show, Fadala.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, Unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number 1 on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back?
You should start the gym though, you're getting fat.
Cricket.
She says she does show dancing to empower women.
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying.
So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
It's the empowerment for me.
Sex can make your relationship better.
No.
Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too.
Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the better? You scissors. What is his name?
That woman.
Bam! Bam!
Yeah,
today we'll go here.
Hey.
Let's catch up now.
And don't. Welcome back. It's time for our motivation segment. Oluwatobi Ali is a powerhouse in business and personal transformation. Now, he's an international award-winning capacity development trainer and a revolutionary speaker. He's a Destiny Codes coach, and there's a Destiny Code that we need to key into. Eventually, we'll be talking about that. But he's also been equipping leaders to unlock their full potential with a track record of innovation and impact. Today on Motivation, we're talking about opportunity in chaos, how to spot business gold in uncertain times. Now, this is a very fine line we're going to be touching on here because when you think of chaos, you think of something being disrupted. You know, you don't think of order in any way. And business should have some sort of order. But then we have heard about different countries that are suffering from conflict or even war, and the fact that there are many billionaires being made during those times.
Very true. Very true. In fact, Warren Buffett once said that buy when there's blood on the streets and sell when, everybody's happy. So actually, whenever there is chaos, like you said, those who understand how to bring order into chaos, they milk out the opportunities that a lot of people are not able to take advantage of. Like even the situation we find ourselves in Nigeria today, there are a lot of opportunities. We'll be touching on some of them as we go on.
Okay, so let's even really touch on the situation in the country today. The most chaotic of things now is the cost of fuel.
Tell me.
The issue of the dollar.
Yes.
And of course, inflation. Food crisis. There's just so much.
A lot.
So should we touch on, which one should we touch on first? Food, money, or fuel?
We can touch on all. Okay. So one of the things I want to quickly say about businesses that is important is that chaotic situations, like you've said, actually bring out the best in businesses. New businesses rise. Okay. For instance, I can tell, let me even give an example. If you remember during COVID, there was a lot of disruption that happened during COVID, right? But COVID actually created new opportunities. The Netflix people are shouting up and down today. It was COVID that made them. They actually started as just DVD rental services, and they switched. There are companies even in Nigeria like Flutterwaves and some other ones that they used that opportunity. I myself, what was my first time on this show? It was during COVID. But what happened? There was something I did that I innovated. I was able to like show slides on TV that has never been done before. So one of the things people need to understand is that, you see, as long as there are human needs, right? Even in chaos, the human needs actually skyrocket. The only challenge is that chaos is kind of like a differentiator. It changes customer behavior, it changes customer needs. So one of the things people need to understand is that whenever there is chaos, the opportunities are different. So you might need to pivot, you might need to check what those pain points are exactly, and then take advantage of it. Let's even touch on petrol, for instance. Now I think this is the era of CNG gas. I saw a particular video, I think some days ago, about a generator that was made. You trust our Igbo guys in Nigeria. They've already created one generator. I think it's a 62 kVA generator. And normally, if you want to fuel that generator and run it for 3 days, you spend about 2 million naira just on diesel. But this generator now with CNG gas, you spend just 90,000. Look at the disparity in that. That tells you that even in the power sector, there are opportunities right now. Even in the food sector, there are opportunities right now. For instance, let me give you even a free idea for those who are able to run with it. Right now, if you are able to find a way to get food, crops straight from the farmers, and there's a way you can even use technology to ensure that, let's say, like all the people on a particular street or a particular area can buy a big ration and you share it, so that the logistics, you just do it once instead of this person ordering you, another person ordering you. Just say, okay, this whole street, there's a way you can map it together and go straight to the farmers. You will make a killing in this chaotic situation. You will even provide the food. It will be cheaper. You will even run out of stock quickly. The demand will be so high. So, but one of the things that happens is during chaos, while some people are panicking, some people are thinking.
Yeah, very true. There was something that happened over the weekend. My gas at home finished, and there was no one to go and buy it for me. And I was wondering what to do. And I just remembered that someone had sent me a link on WhatsApp talking about someone who does gas to homes.
Oh, really?
So gas 247, and they actually come, pick up your cylinder, go fill it, and bring it back to you. And the selling point was that they're going to do everything in 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
And I was wondering how on earth they were going to get it done in 40 minutes. But they found a pain point for some people. People need it now.
Yes.
They probably don't have the time to go get it and come back in good time. And they solved the problem for me.
Very true.
So now, the term chaos is an alarming one for many people.
Yes.
But then there are a lot of people who are stuck in their ways in business, trying to keep everything going smoothly.
They'll become dinosaurs very soon. They'll go extinct.
So that's the issue. A lot of people don't recognize when they're lying fallow. So how do we expose to them that what they're doing isn't working?
So the thing is this. When chaos happens, you even know it's not working because you start losing customers. Government will start coming against you. You start seeing that your profit is dwindling. For instance, when we started, when Jao started with crypto.
Okay.
But government came and was like, ban on this, ban on that, It didn't make any sense. Well, okay, what do? We now saw an opportunity for FX. We tried, African countries. It didn't work. So one of the things that happens during chaos is that you will not get it right the first time. You need to experiment. Okay. So we experimented with FX transfer. How much is Kenyan shillings now? Can we find a way to get it cheaper? That didn't work until we realized that there was a huge opportunity in loans.
Okay.
For instance, yes, we are in that. We give loans to POS agents and market traders and that. Right now, also, anyone that is giving credit will also blow in this current economy. So one of the things you need to realize, once you see your profits are dwindling, you see that customer behavior, spending habits has changed, find out what those pain points are, like you have mentioned. Experiment until you get it. There's no one that, in fact, if you get it the first time, it's a fluke because you will not be able to replicate it. So you might need to experiment until you get the right niche and the right service that your customer needs in that chaotic situation.
It's actually interesting because another chaotic sector now is real estate, rentals.
Yeah, that's
and there was this young lady I spoke to about 2 weeks ago, and she and her partners had developed a loan facility for people that want to rent. So they're providing rental loans to be paid back over 2 years.
Interesting. That's smart.
And it's so interesting because they had started out with another type of financial business, and it wasn't working. And then they just discovered that the people that were coming to approach them were always looking for money for rent.
Exactly.
Rental for shops, rental for homes. And most of the time, people don't have the finance on hand.
Not even now, in this present economy. So people are always looking for money. That's very smart of them. So, I mean, and I must say this, even for the big companies, during chaotic times, their biggest disadvantage is their bureaucracy and their size. During chaotic times, you need to be agile. You need to be able to think on your feet. You need to be able to pivot as quickly as possible. You need to be able to try this. If it doesn't work, you try something else, and you keep going until you get it. So business is not for the lazy. One of the challenges we have in Nigeria is that people sing about money, people confess money, people sow for money, but they don't want to work for money. They don't want to work for money. So, and even as an entrepreneur, you will work your ass off, especially during chaotic times. But once you get it, you get it. In fact, it will almost be like blood money because you have tapped into a niche, you have tapped into an opportunity that a lot of people don't even know exists. Because while they are panicking, like I said, you are thinking.
So interesting. Now, Toby Ali is always with us every Monday for motivation. He's been with us for the past few weeks, and it's been very, very interesting. Hopefully, if you missed anything, you can always visit YouTube. Just search for TVC Entertainment, Wake Up Nigeria, and you'll catch past clips. Thank you so much, Toby.
A pleasure, as always. Thank you.
We have to head over to a performance at this point. And joining us for musical performance, we have Afrobeat artist and songwriter Zeno Riches. How you doing, Zeno?
I'm fine, ma'am.
All right. How's it going? How's it going?
I'm fine. Everything is cool.
What's the name of the track you're performing today?
I'm performing Imole.
Imole. Imole. All right, then. I can't wait to see this performance. You ready for us?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then. Zeno Riches with Imole.
Make you rise, but many do it, me them see you fall. Baba Dakun, Maja can't leave me Keep trying my best and leave the rest to you, Almighty. Hosanna to you, Hosanna to you, Almighty. Imala, Imala, let there be light, let there be light forever. Imala, Imala, let there be light. Let it be light forever. Imala, Imala, oh, let it be light. This life is too short and I'll take it how it comes. So many things where they bother my head. Who they wanted just to keep it to themselves. All I'm searching for is my daily bread. Put my hopes on you, Lord, them on my day bed. You said we should ask and it shall be given to us. Now I've asked and it shall be given to me. better blessings, it belongs to me. This life is too short, cannot take it how it comes. So many things where they bother my head. Who they wanted just to keep it to themselves. All I'm searching for is my daily bread. My hopes on you, Lord, bemo my day. Imala, Imala, let there be light. Let there be light forever. Imala, Imala, let there be light. Let there be light forever. Imala, Imala, oh, let there be light. Imala, Imala, oh, let there be light. Let there be light forever. Imala, Imala, let there be light. Let there be light forever. Imala, Imala, oh, let there be light.
Morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call a permanent solution.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe it's achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. I'm Adedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
The time has come to experience the power of faith, music, and praise. This is the Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m., tune in to catch the pulse-pounding beats and soul-stirring melodies that will elevate your faith and leave a lasting impact on your heart. The Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m. exclusively on Max FM, where we count down the best 20 urban gospel hits from around the world. Get your praise on. You're my provider. You're my provider.
Joining us on SME this morning on Wake Up Nigeria is Efe Naomi. I was going to take out the Efe, that's why I rolled my eyes. But Naomi Bominuru of Annecy Lifestyle, creators of scented candles and reed diffusers. Now, their products are manufactured in Lagos, Nigeria, with intentionality, quality, and creativity at the core of their operations. They strive to promote a mental health awareness, enable lasting memories, and foster human connections through the power of scent. It's so good to have you in the studio with us this morning.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you for having me.
So I'm going to take it from something that is not directly to do with SME itself.
Okay.
When you mentioned the mental health awareness part, I thought of, yes, we are still like talking mental health awareness month.
Yeah.
But it made me think of the fact that many people don't realize that scents have a lot to do with mental health.
It does.
Either they arouse you or make you angry or even calm you down.
Yes, exactly.
How have you been able to master that in creating your scents?
Awesome. Thank you for that question. So one of the things that I like to tell my clients and I like to tell people is imagine you're driving on a freeway close to a dumpster, for example, or Ojota dumpster, and then your windows are wound down, there's no AC, and then you catch a whiff of the scent of, you know, everything. It just sours your mood. It makes you feel like, oh, I don't want to be here right now. Or you're in a room and then maybe there's a scent of the restroom wafting in, and then it just makes you feel very unproductive and things like that. Those are examples of how a nasty smell can affect your mood. Now, in the other realm, in the other way, when you have a place that smells really calm and refreshing, you are more relaxed and productive. You tend to do more work faster, and it's a subconscious thing, right? So our nose is really, really strong, but a lot of people don't realize how strong it is. They just think it's for breathing.
How much influence it has on us.
And how much influence it has on us. Exactly,
the
exactly.
choices we make.
Our psychology, basically.
Yes,
exactly.
indeed. So now let's talk about your business. How did it all begin?
Okay, so I started when I was just ending my final year exams. That's 2018. And so I felt like I really wanted to do something with my creativity. I had done things like throw pillows, creative throw pillows for outreaches, and it was bringing in income for the outreaches I was doing for girls. But then I felt like there was something more that I could do to express my creativity. I actually had some job offers already lined up because I used to volunteer a lot. And then the thoughts of scents came to mind, which was very rare and weird because I had never really even bought a scented candle before. I did not even know that, you know, they could produce it in Nigeria or anything like that. And so I started to do my research. I started to learn online, and then I was self-taught at the time. And then I got the kits and I started. However, it was later down the line that I realized a distant memory that I had of my mom when I was younger. She would get like hampers from colleagues and friends, and it would have like abroad or store-bought candles in them. One thing I just remembered was I was a child sitting on the table, and I would see the lights flickering, and it just created a warm glow in the house. And anytime we had special guests, she didn't put it on for just any reason. It was when we had special guests, and then it would just create a warm glow and ambience, a welcoming ambience. And that was something I wanted to recreate for a lot of people. I wanted people to come into their spaces and feel welcome, come into their spaces and feel at home, come into their space and feel, you know, a presence, a comfort that the outside bustle couldn't give. And even that can be transported to their offices, you know, their restrooms, anywhere you are really, your cars as you're driving. So we have car diffusers as well. So we just want you to be comfortable, to enjoy everyday living with an Nesta lifestyle, basically.
So the economy has taken a hit on several businesses.
It has.
And so there's been the need to either be more creative or to change tactics completely. So I'm wondering, how has it affected your business? Has it helped it, or have you had to tweak one or two things to make ends meet?
Awesome. So one of the things that I realized is now the people who really want home fragrances, they're still going for that. There are people who cannot do without it. And then on the other hand, there's been an increase of people who want it in bulk, either for resale purposes or for corporate gifting. So there's been an increase in bulk orders now at this moment. And then there are also people who want to train or learn. So we've also been impacting the economy in that way, where we're giving back value and trainings and all of that. So we've expanded. So the economy has not limited us. It has just seen us expanding into diverse things. You know, you can't be streamlined into just producing. Now we also manufacture for other brands. We also private label. We train people. We are just giving back and spreading our tentacles and just preaching the knowledge of scent and how it can be impactful to our health, it can be impactful to our environment and things like that.
So the aspect you said, you're doing stuff for other people, trying as much as possible to ensure that, okay, you're impacting the society. I wonder, these trainings, when you say you're giving back, the first thing that comes to people is, oh, the trainings are free.
Okay, so there are two ways to give back. There's the knowledge economy, where obviously people are learning to and empowering them with knowledge so they can start their own businesses and earn money. That's a way to give back. We can always gatekeep. There's one. And then there's two where we have actually partnered with some organizations to do free trainings for people, right? Churches, initiatives and things like that. So it's either we give them at a discounted rate or we just say, okay, you know what, it's part of our CSR. So we're very much big on impact and empowerment, basically.
So how rewarding has the business been so far? 6 years, I believe now?
Yes.
How rewarding has it been?
Oh my, it's been so rewarding. I feel like personally for me, the reward is in the feedback I get from my clients. One thing that solidified this as a business for me was I was doing it as a hobby initially with my business and with my 9-to-5 corporate job.
Okay.
And then I got a DM from someone, 2 DMs actually, that actually changed my life. Well, the first one was like, oh, Naomi, I've been having headaches for a long time now. And I turned on your candle because we have several types of scents, you know, relaxing scents, energizing scents, refreshing scents. And she said she turned on one of our scents, our scented candles. And like in a few hours, her mind was calm. The headache had gone.
Wow.
Another person who said something similar was she had insomnia. She was unable to sleep. And so because of that, she usually walks through the night. So she was like, okay, let me just turn on this candle as I walk throughout the night. And she was like, Naomi, what did you put in your candle?
Yeah.
What did you guys put in this candle? It's so, you know, good. And it helped me sleep. I couldn't sleep for days. So those are the kind of feedbacks that we get that kind of empowers what we do, kind of gives us the motivation to keep pushing, even when, you know, and also the fact that we are creating something.
Yeah.
You know, it's not stop-but. The fact that there's a creative process to it, that's also one of the reasons.
On a lighter note, do you have eucalyptus fragrance?
Yes, we have
Okay.
we have a minty fragrance that has eucalyptus in it
because
as well.
of some of us that sinuses usually
Yes,
can be really
yes,
helpful.
Yes.
And so that brings me to pricing. How do
Okay.
you put a tag on your products?
Okay.
Because that's usually a big challenge for many businesses, putting a price tag. Because you look at it and you're like, okay, you have to consider the economy, you have to consider the cost, you also have to consider the fact that you need to make a profit, which is why you're in business.
Exactly.
How do you put that together?
So I'm going to be very honest. It can be very difficult, especially when you have a creative brand and you feel like, oh, well, I'm kind of controlling the end-to-end. But then I have a team. I have people who depend on me to pay their salary as well. So I have to consider the profitability of the business as well. So for a long time, we used to keep our prices static, regardless of the inflation and all of those things. But recently, we had to evaluate ourselves. What is more important to us? Is it the quality and integrity of our products? Is it the fact that we are still going to keep giving out quality products? And we realized that we can't reduce our quality. We have to be standard. We have to have a global standard product. And so that enabled us to go back to the drawing board and say, what is the middle ground? How can we, you know, we can still offer some lower end products, maybe the small sizes, and then we have bigger sizes. So we just made sure to segment our product line and make it affordable and accessible to everybody. So we have products from as low as 3,500 to as high as 25,000, 50,000, depending on the size or what you want to get.
Okay, so now let's talk about the ones here.
Okay.
I like.
So that's the reed diffuser.
Okay, so this is the diffuser itself.
Yes, let me help you with that.
Thank you. So this one.
That's the car diffuser, and then the scented candle.
Scented candle. So this is what the scented candle looks like. This is what it looks like. So what fragrance is this? Bamboo and coconut.
Yes.
It smells so nice.
Thank
I
you so
like
much.
it. Oh my, bamboo and coconut.
Yes.
I've never thought of bamboo as a fragrance, but that is
yes. So it has like
very
a
nice.
fresh woody scent on it, and then the coconut is a fruity scent. So it's really balanced, and then coconut enhances the coconut as well.
Goodness, it works.
Awesome.
It actually works. Happy hour. Oh wow, happy hour.
Yes.
I like this one, happy hour. So what's the fragrance in the happy hour?
I want you to have a sniff of that.
Okay.
Does it smell familiar?
It kind of does.
Like a drink?
I'm thinking a lot of things. I'm trying to decipher. But I could just keep
There's a
sniffing it.
cocktail scent.
Yeah,
It's mojito. It has a mojito inspiration behind it. So literally just happy hour.
Yeah.
At the bar with your friends, you want to take a nice cocktail or a drink. You can't really. We also have like coffee
Is
scented
that kind of like
candles.
minty? You would have me on that one. Chocolate scented, so
Yes,
I can
coffee scented,
maybe
chocolate
rest off
scented.
from chocolate.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So,
So
this
what
is
about
the
this?
reed diffuser, and you just put it in for your home and your bathroom.
And your office.
And your offices, yes.
Okay. All right. Oh, this one looks nice.
This one is just like cute souvenirs or gifts and things like that.
Okay, okay. Actually,
You can check out the bouquet candle.
This is your product as well.
Yes, it is. This is a special candle for people to give people their flowers because they deserve it. So it's
Oh.
shaped and colored.
Okay,
you
so
know.
give me my flowers already. Let's see. Oh, this is nice, and it's so beautiful. Okay, you know
It
what?
comes in different colors.
I feel like you're doing such a great job that you deserve to be rewarded. I love your creativity.
Thank you very much.
So I'm going to take you to the kitchen now because we have breakfast for you.
Ah! That sounds nice.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you
let's
very
head to the
much.
kitchen, huh?
All right, awesome.
Okay. Kind of dish you want to see in a party.
Yes, so.
Because you will then roll your sleeves and dig into it. Goodness.
All right.
Or maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Oh,
You got it, you
maybe.
got
I'm
it.
almost there. Oh, maybe. Okay, welcome to the kitchen.
Yeah.
So, Naomi, today's breakfast has been prepared by Chef Elho.
Za.
Za. And he's made signature black soup, which is omebe. Yeah, so please dig
Palm
in.
nuts, right?
Yes.
Palm nuts soup.
Yeah, please
All
dig
right.
in. We'd like to have your feedback.
Thank you.
Number of stuff in
Looks
there.
really good.
Some
I'm a
protein,
big fan of fufu.
vegetables.
Me
Believe
can
it-
Louis shawarma no Bama. Me I use Bama. Me that time Bama. Me shall Louis shawarma. Me that use Bama. Bama that me episode that one Louis shawarma. Me that Bama. What's the vibe in that?
Wait,
All
now
right.
incantation be that.
I told this.
Dig in.
All right, so what do you think?
Really tasty.
All right.
You like it?
Really tasty.
So,
yeah.
one interesting thing I like about it is there's actually vegetables in this.
Yeah.
So if you're not a fan of vegetables, you could actually enjoy it more because
It doesn't look
the
like-
vegetables are blended with pepper.
Yeah, wow.
And then added to the palm oil. It's amazing.
At this
curious to
point,
see how it was
we have
made.
to wrap it up on the show, I'm afraid. But it's been a marvelous Monday right here on Wake Up Nigeria. We're going to be doing that again
Being a part of the
tomorrow
show.
morning.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.